रहा है, ग्रीन नहीं बता रहा। हाँ, ये check it out. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरे। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Hare Krishna. So we are, after long time, we are continuing this class, afternoon Sunday class, because almost one month, more than 1 month. So we'll also continue to this class. So we are reading, we end 6th chapter of first canto. Now we are doing first canto, 7th chapter. The chapter is called The Son of Drona Punished. Verse number 5 we will read today. 175. Put yes B. गूगल में डालना है यस पॉइंट बी पॉइंट 1.7.5 ऑटोमेटिकली विल कम। यथा समोहिता जीवः आत्मना त्रिगुण आत्मका परः अपि मनुते अनर्थं तत् कृतं च अभिपद्यते। यथा यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकम् परो अपि मनुते अनर्थं तत्कृतं चाभिपद्यते। यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकं परो अपि मनुते अनर्थं तत्कृतं च विपद्यते। यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकं परो अपि मनुते अनर्थं तत्कृतं च विपद्यते। यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकं परो अपि मनुते अनर्थं तत्कृतं च विपद्यते। यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकं परो अपि मनुते अनर्थं तत्कृतं च विपद्यते। आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकं परोऽपि मनोतनर्थं तत्कृतं च विपद्यते यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकं परोऽपि मनोतेनर्थं तत्कृतं च विपद्यते यया सम्मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकं परोऽपि मनोतनर्थं तत्कृतं च विपद्यते। माताजी यया मोहितो जीवा आत्मानं त्रिगुणात्मकं परोऽपि मनोतनर्थं तत्कृतं च विपद्यते। What word meaning? Yaya, by whom? Sammohita, illusion. Jiva, the living entities. Atmana, self. Trigunatmakam, conditioned by the three modes of material nature, are a product of matter. Paraha, transcendental. Api, in spite of. Manute, takes it for granted. Anartha, things not wanted. Tad, by that. Kritam cha, reaction. Avipaddate, undergoes thereof. Translation provided by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of material miseries. Can I repeat responsibly? Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of material miseries. In purport, Srila Prabhupada explaining, kindly listen attentively. The root cause of suffering by the materialistic living beings is pointed out with remedial measures which are to be undertaken and also the ultimate perfection to be gained. All this is mentioned in this particular verse. The living being is by constitution transcendental to material engagement, but he is now imprisoned by the external energy and therefore he thinks himself one of the material products. And due to this unholy contract, the pure spiritual entity suffers material miseries under the modes of material nature. The living entity misunderstands himself to be a material product. This means that the present perverted way of thinking, feeling and willing under material conditions is not natural for him. But he has his normal way of thinking, feeling and willing. The living being in his original state is not without thinking, willing, and feeling power. It is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that the actual knowledge of the condition soul is now covered by license. Thus, the theory that a living being is absolute impersonal Brahman is refuted herein. This cannot be because the living entity has his own way of thinking in his original unconditional state also. The present conditional state is due to the influence of external energy, which means that the illusory energy takes the initiative while the Supreme Lord is aloof. The Lord does not desire that a living being be illusioned by external energy. The external energy is aware of this fact, but still she accepts a thankless task of keeping the forgotten soul under illusion by her bewildering influence. The Lord does not interfere with the task of illusory energy because such performances of the illusory energy are also necessary for reformation of the conditioned soul. An affectionate father does not like his children to be chast- chastised by another agent, yet he puts his disobedient children under the custody of a savior man just to bring them to order. But the all affectionate Almighty Father at the same time desires relief for the conditioned soul, relief from the clutches of the illusory energy. The king puts the disobedient citizens within the walls of the jail. But sometimes the king, desiring the prisoners' relief, personally goes there and pleads for reformation, and on his doing so, the prisoners are set free. Similarly, the Supreme Lord descends from his kingdom upon the kingdom of illusion, illusory energy, and personally gives relief in the form of the Bhagavad Gita, where he personally suggests that although the ways of illusory energy are very steep to overcome, one who surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord is set free by the order of the Supreme. This surrendering process is the remedial measure for getting relief from the bewildering ways of illusory energy. The surrendering process is completed by the influence of association. The Lord has suggested, therefore, that by the influence of the speeches of saintly persons who have actually realized the supreme men are engaged in his transcendental loving service. The conditioned soul gets a test for hearing about the Lord, and by such hearing only he is gradually elevated to the uh, platform of respect, devotion, and attachment for the Lord. The whole thing is completed by the surrendering process. Herein also the same suggestion is made by the Lord in his incarnation of Vyasadeva. This means that the conditioned soul are being reclaimed by the Lord both ways, namely by the process of punishment by the external energy of the Lord and by himself as the spiritual master within and without. Within the heart of every living being, the Lord himself as the super soul Paramatma becomes the spiritual master, and from without he becomes the spiritual master in the shape of scriptures, saints, and in, uh, initiator spiritual master. This is still more explicitly explained in the next sloka. So very long purport, still the purpose remaining, so we'll discuss next Sunday. So a bit we'll discuss on this verse. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnananjanam Salakaya Chakshuranometam Ena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Savitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kada Mayham Dadati Savadhanti. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Sri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamim Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhave Evacha Adida Nama Pavanebhyo Vaishnabhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakti Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So this verse explaining about how the living entity are illusioned by the illusory energy of the Lord. So you are saying, Yaya sammohito jiva atmanam trigulatmakam. So living entities under three modes of material nature, their willing, feeling and thinking all are based on the illusion. So when we are thinking something, we are willing something, if you are feeling something, actually it is not pure. It is contaminated by three modes of material nature. Like for example, when you have the glass, so if you wear the red glass, you will see everything anointed with the red. When you wear the green, everything you see anointed with the green. So you are not seeing something but not real. So similarly, the living entity, when it is engrossed in materialistic way of life, they cannot think something pure. So because since time immemorial, living entity is engrossed in this material body, which is a product of three modes of material nature. Because of the since long time is in association with the three modes of material nature, sometimes living entity thinks he is the product of this three modes of material nature. For example, like you keep some birds in the cage. Yeah? So if you keep the birds in the cage, long time if you keep in the cage, then even after open the cage, still they go out, when again they come back to in the cage. Like we can see this peacock, We have the peacock, we open, they come out, then again they go back. They think this is my place. So similarly, the living entity since time immemorial, having the contact of the three modes of material nature, they are thinking this is my world, this is my life, I am this body. So biggest maya is to think about I am this body. I am this body. So actually we are not this body, we know this. But still we are identifying ourselves with the body. So there is another example is given, like you purchase very expensive car. Yeah? BMW, and most expensive car is now which one? Huh? Royal Rice, whatever. So very expensive car, if you expend a lot of money to purchase this car, and when you bringing this car on the road and somebody hit, then what you will do? When somebody hits, you thinking this is now You feel this heat goes in your heart. You have pain in your heart. And you can ready to do anything, everything against the person who has hit. Because he thinks this year your heart is paining. Because you have put whole energy in your expensive car. So now you are identifying yourself with the. So this is our situation. The living entity is the spiritual. Is a spiritual part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Mame se jivloke jivbhut sana. We are eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, but being long time with this material body in material world, we are thinking we are product of this material body. So if something happens to our body, yeah, something happened to who is related to our body, so like family members, relative, friends, nation, whatever. So thinking, oh, this is the something going is harming me, something hurting me. But it's not hurting you because you are not this body. You are not. So it is very difficult to come on this platform. Like yesterday I was telling, to coming on this platform, I am not this body, is not ordinary thing. Or by only saying I am not this body, you cannot come out from this body. No, there is some process. We have to adopt some process to become free from bodily concept of life. There is a process. By saying I am not this body, I am not this body, I am not this body, nothing happens. Like we know the in the forest, if a rabbit, if the lion roars, and rabbit put the ear and closing his ear, there is no fear, there is nothing, there is no lion, there is no lion. By closing the sound, closing the ear and sitting one place, there is no fear, there is no fear, there is no lion. That is not solution. That is not solution. So only by saying I am not this body, I am not this body, but when death comes to your door, then we will see what is. When death comes, you become fearful. I was not, but now body will go. Because you are attached. Then you pass urine and stool. Because of fear. So by not saying I am not body, no, I am not this body, we have to work as there is some process is given. So we are attached with this body and we are working for this body. We are dedicating the related things with the body. So when we start dedicating ourselves with the who is beyond this body, that's why it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Mameva Bevicharena Bhakti Yogene Sevate. Mameva Bevicharena Bhakti Yogene Sevate. Saguran Samit Etan Brahm Bhuvaya Kalpate. So it is mentioned in the 14th chapter, Ke Mam Chaya Bevicharan Bhakti Yogene Sevate. When you adopt the process of devotional service, Bhakti Yogen, there is no other yoga is given you to take you out of this three modes of material. It is not possible. It is only Bhakti Yogen. When you adopt the process of Bhakti Yoga, Sa Gurana Samit Etan, you automatically cross the three modes of material nature. Automatically. By adopting the process of devotional service, you become free from three modes of the influence of three modes of material nature. You become free from influence of three modes of material nature automatically by adopting the process of devotional service. Sah Gunan Samit Etan Brahma Bhuvaya Kalpate. Then you come on the platform of the Brahma Bhuvaya. Brahma Bhuvaya means I am free from the bodily concept of life. So by saying I'm not this body, I'm not, is not enough. Or coming on this platform is not just see. When somebody come on this platform, I'm not this body, what is his situation? His situation becomes so powerful. He is not attached with anything. And he sees everywhere and everything, the spiritual. Each and everything is a part and parcel of Krishna Vasudeva Kutumbikam. He will not see that this is my family, this is my nation, this is my country, this is no, it's not like that. Everything he sees related to the Krishna, Supreme Lord. So that is called Pandita Samadarsina. That is called Pandita. Then you become Pandit. Pandit means learned. Learned person is not like by the going in school and college and knowing the philosophy, mathematics, zoology and botany. No. Learned person means he sees in each and everything same spiritual spark. Same is here, same is here, same is in the dog, same is in the hog, same is in the elephant, everywhere. Vidya vinay sampanne brahmani gavai hasina suni che swapake pandita sam. That is called Vidya. That is called education learning. So nowadays this education, what the teaching? Teaches us divide and rule, diplomacy, कूटनीति, कितना किसको खा जाओ, किसको कितना चिट करो, ये हमारी पढ़ाई है. Today education is to the teaching how to cheat the people, how you present something people cannot know. Present something so people cannot realize it, or they take your product. So this is Kutniti, divide and rule, or how you can divide and rule and then you enjoy. So all is Kutniti, diplomatic, Kutniti, all is there. But our real education is there to teach each and every living entity is the part and parcel of the Supreme. Same living entity is in the dog, same living entity in the dog eater, same living entity in the elephant, same living entity in me, and same living entity is everywhere. Are all they are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Because of the different our karma, they have got different uniform. Somebody has done the karma like dog, they become dog. Somebody has done the karma as elephant, become elephant. But the soul is the pure and it is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So we are identifying ourselves with the body because we, since time immemorial, we have make our relationship with this material things, with body and related to material. So we have accepted. I am this body, and anything related with my body is mine. So that is called I and mine. That is called illusion. So when we are in this body, when we think, when we are anointed and engrossed in this consciousness, and when think and when we feeling and our thinking, whatever we do, it is the product of this all material concept of life. The real feeling, thinking and willing will starts when we come on the platform of self-realization. So what is a self-realization? Self-realization means not just you become God. No, it is not. That is a bogus realization. You cannot be God. You cannot be God, because God is, nobody can become God. So self-realization means we when accept that we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Jivare Sarup Hoy Krishna Nitya, that is called self-realization. Once somebody is realized, I am the part and parcel of Sri Krishna. I am the part and parcel of Sri Krishna. Jivare, and I have to serve the Lord. Ansa and Ansi. Ansa and Ansi. Ansi always serve the Ansi. Like for example, you purchase very expensive machine. Yeah, any machine. But one part of that machine, if you misplace, that machine will not work. that part, but when the value of that part, if is separate from the machine, is very insignificant. But when the same part, but without that part, machine will not work. When it is with the machine, it works as a machine. But when it is separate from machine, has no value. One screw, if it is separate from the part, has no value. But when it is the machine, it has the big value. Same like our body, our hand, our leg. If one finger of this body cuts, then you go and sell this piece of that finger. How much you will get? Yeah? People will give me money. Yeah, just go away. Don't come near with this finger. Human body is even most cheap things. Even other animal body is sometimes useful. So when you cut the finger and go to sell, nobody will give you anything. But when you want to put the same finger, somebody says, okay, now I will make your finger. Now it's cut, I am going to make, then how much you have to pay? So the value of the part, when it is with you, has millions. When it is separate from your body, has useless. Similarly, when the living entity is, when works with the Supreme Lord, because we are part and partial, when we work with the Sri Krishna, because Sri Krishna is saying, Mame Manse Jiv Loke Jiv Bhut Sanatana. Each and every living entity is my part and partial. When you work for Krishna, you have your value become like Krishna. That's why devotees of the Lord are non-different from Lord. Lord himself saying. When you have become devotee of the Lord, you are same valuable. You become same value like the Lord. Everyone is appreciating, everyone is welcoming you. Why? Because you are devotee of Krishna. Yeah? Devotee of, there is no discrimination. There is no, when you become devotee of the Lord, there is no discrimination. You can see many devotees. Like Raskhan, Ray Das. Ray Das was the shoes maker, but he became the guru of the Mirabai. Guru of the many exalted devotee, but he was shoemaker. There is so many devotees of the Lord, they are from very poor background, untouchable, but they become worshipable. So why they become worshipable? Because they started worshipping, they connecting ourselves the Supreme Lord. Similarly, when living entity connected with the Supreme Lord, their value become as good as Lord. But when separate from the Lord, they become useless. So similarly, our situation is there. The Maya is slapping on our face. We have to keep on trying serving the Maya trying to chase you, hit you. That is the situation. Each and every step we are experiencing troublesome. We are trying to serve, but still we are hit by the Maya. That is the situation. But when we accept when we genuinely surrender to the Lord, then what will happen? Sah Gunan Samiteta. You cross the three modes of material nature very easily. Daivi Aisa Gurmai Mam Maya Durataya. Ma Mayo Prabhadante Maya Meta. Daivi. Nobody can challenge the Maya. Many doctors, many scientists, many people, they have come. I have done this, I have done this. But Maya has taken them. Nobody now remembering those people. They have forgotten. All there, they were thinking, we are big philosopher, we are big scientist, but now nobody is remembering them. Forgotten. So Maya is so strong. Maya, you serve the Maya, but Maya has nothing to do with you. That is Prabhupada saying, thankless task of the Maya. Like any father, they don't want their children to be punished by someone else. But sometimes father appointed someone to make the child obedient, to make right. Even paid for that. बोलते ट्यूशन क्यों पढ़ाते हैं, टीचर क्यों लगाते हैं? टीचर जो है उसको बेटे को उसके पीटता है और उसके लिए वो पैसा देता है. फादर गिव्स द मनी टू द टीचर टू बीटिंग द हिज चाइल्ड. Why? Because he wants to make them right. So similarly, but father don't want, but still, similarly the Maya, living entities engrossed in this material life, in material world, Lord, they don't want, but still, because we want to enjoy the material life, that's why Lord has given you this place to reclaim, to rectify yourself. So two things is there. Two things here in this in purpose, Srila Prabhupada saying, if Maya giving you the pain, that is also one way to be rectified. Another way, you surrender to Krishna. That is another way of. So you become the good citizen by accepting the voluntarily to be good citizen. You accept all the laws and the order. You become good and then enjoy the facility of the government. If you don't want, then you have to be punished. You have to go in the jail. Also you enjoying there the facility of the government, but in the prison. There is food is also there, clothes is there, medical is there, but in the prison. Similarly, if we surrender ourselves voluntarily to Krishna, we enjoy the property of Krishna directly in spiritual world, in spiritual consciousness. Like good citizen, enjoying the facility provided by the government. And another way is there to not accept the Krishna, we accept the Maya. Don't follow, don't accept the Krishna, then you don't break all the rule, then you have to go in prison, and then you enjoy the facility which is given by the God. That is the only difference. So both is there. So we have, that's why we are marginal energy of the Lord. Either this side or this side. Either you take the shelter of the Maya or take shelter of the Krishna. When you take shelter of the Maya, Maya always slaps on you your face. Always try to serve excellence. Always try to serve excellence. That is the way of rectifying you. And when surrender to Krishna, Krishna loves and embraces you. When you surrender to Father, or you accept the order of the Father, you become obedient to your Father. Father embraces you and you enjoy the whole property and assets of the Father without any problems. So this is the way. So we'll discuss next Sunday more about this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any question, any comments? किसी कोई प्रश्न है? ठीक है, इतना समझ में आ गया. अभी नेक्स्ट पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है, हरे कृष्ण.